Hey guys, Sam Reffsin here, currently a sports performance coach at the University of Louisville in Kentucky, and I want to give you guys an idea of what my experience was as an intern at Webber International University. I was there in 2011. I was there for the fall semester. I was in charge of men's basketball and softball, and Coach Rassel gave me complete autonomy over those programs. I made several mistakes, I failed several times, and that really helped me grow as a person and as a coach in this industry. In terms of the curriculum was great then when I went through the internship, and it has only grown extensively since. I met with Coach Rassel recently at the 2017 NSCA Coaches Conference in Nashville, and I was really blown away to hear about how extensive his curriculum is now, how much his staff has grown, how much his facility has grown in terms of equipment and resources, and he's really just a very high character guy. You know, he's a great friend of mine now. I would recommend any young coach to certainly go through the internship program if you have the opportunity. The Webber family, the Webber tree is growing exponentially as we speak. There's a lot of great coaches who have gone through the Webber International University internship experience, and I think it's a really awesome opportunity. It's a no-brainer for any young coach. So hopefully this gives you a good idea that it's a yes. It's a yes to apply. It's a yes to accept if you get offered that position. That's all I got, guys. Stay strong and keep working hard.
Hi, this is Tyler Ayers, the head athletic performance coach at Lawrence University in Appleton, Wisconsin. Today, I'm going to take a little bit of time and just kind of share my experience of the time I spent at Webber. I spent 2 years there, 1 year as an intern assistant, and then 1 year also as a full-time assistant working under Coach Raz. My years as an intern assistant kind of helped mold me into the coach I am today. I was able to gain real hands-on experience of being the coach and being in charge of a team and actually running the floor. A lot of times at other internships, I had 2 of those prior coming in at Division I schools. I was never the guy solely in charge. I was never the guy running the whole team. I may have had a small group, or I may have just been the tear down and set the racks up kind of guy. But at Webber, I was able to gain real experience that's kind of helped me and kind of molded me into the coach I am today. So you're going to gain that really great experience of being able to be in charge and understanding what it takes to run a team through a workout and run their whole off-season program and even in season 2. A lot of challenges that come up throughout the year in both aspects of that. So being able to work with the AT one-on-one, being able to work with the sport coach one-on-one, and kind of being the go-to guy and how you can make things mesh and work are all things I learned as an intern assistant. The second year there, I had the opportunity to stay around and work under Raz again for a second year, and that kind of helped just mature and grow things to where I am today. I can't thank Raz enough for everything he's done, in my coaching life and also helping me become a better person. That's one of the things I think that you'll gain out of your time at Webber is, you're going to be taught, you're going to be, given the tools to be successful. It's a matter of what you do with them. So, there's a couple things that have been highlighted too. I know the CEUs of being able to go to the state clinics kind of for free and also being able to go to the national clinics at a discounted rate where RASC is able to kind of cover a couple things here and there is huge. That kind of puts you apart from other places too. If you're looking elsewhere, I would highly suggest you going to Webber. Even if it's just NAI school, it's still going to be beneficial for you. The last thing I would have to say though is we have a large coaching tree. So when it comes to finding a job in this field, it's a lot about who you know rather than what you know. So we do have a large coaching tree. You should check that out online. I think it's still up there. You'll see where everybody's kind of at. We have a lot of guys that are at different places, Division I, Division II, D3, even a couple of NAI places, I think. So if you're looking for a job at the end of your 9 months, which most people will be, it is definitely one of those places too that can help you find a job for your future. So can't thank Raz enough and everything he has done in my life and then also my coaching life too, my coaching journey. So thanks. If you have any questions, you can let me know. Use me if you need to for resource and things like that. So go Warriors.
Hi, I'm Ben Hoffman. I'm an assistant strength and conditioning coach at the University of Maryland. I worked at Webber back in 2012, 2013 as a full-time assistant, and I got the opportunity of helping Raz implement and design his intern assistant program. And it's something that I think hugely shaped who I am today, not only professionally but also personally. Webber International University is an amazing place. It's a small school, but athletically it feels huge. The athletes are great, the coaches are great to work with, and it really gives a young strength and conditioning coach not only a lot of knowledge through that internship program, but a great amount of experience in dealing with coaches, dealing with athletes that you might not get as a early career type of job. It's definitely different than what you see at many D1 schools with their internship programs. And Raz has worked tirelessly to develop this program. It's probably light years better than what it was when I was there, and it was pretty awesome at that time. So I think any young coach, it's a great opportunity for you to learn and grow, and you get to work with some pretty good people along the way. So I'd highly recommend checking out Webber International University. Coach Raz will treat you right and get you moving in the right direction for a career in any kind of sports performance.
My internship at Webber International under head coach Steve Rassel was a tremendous experience for me. I gained a lot of valuable skills and traits that have helped me throughout my strength and conditioning career. Some of these include working with a team and a team environment, working with athletes and coaches, being able to program and lead and direct my teams through their strength and conditioning programs, both from a lifting standpoint, a running standpoint, and a conditioning standpoint. I gained a lot of valuable mentorship abilities and skills under Coach Razzle. He did a great job of helping us understand program design, working with athletes, working with coaches, working with athletic trainers. A lot of the skills that help me even today as I progress in my strength and conditioning career. Being able to intern at Webber International and under Coach Rassel was a big step for me, and I would highly recommend it to anyone that would be interested.
How are we doing today? Ed Smith, head strength conditioning coach at Lynchburg College. 2014-2015, I had the opportunity to come to Webber International and work as an assistant strength conditioning coach under Steve Rassel. During my time at Webber International, I was working with the women's soccer program, baseball programs, and various different aspects of the strength conditioning program there. In my time there, Steve didn't treat me as who I was at the time. He treated me as who I wanted to become. Coach Rassel knew that I wanted to become a head strength coach someday, and he challenged me in every aspect to get outside my comfort zone and become just that. Without my opportunity at Webber International, I would not be where I am today. If you have the opportunity to come to Webber International, you will become a better strength coach, you will become a better person, and you will gain an experience that is second to none. I wish you the best, and go
My name
Warriors.
is Lauren Vandermel, and I was with Raz and Webber in 2015 and some of 2016. As you can see, I will always hold Webber dear to my heart. For me personally, Webber was a great professional strength and conditioning builder for me. As I got into other positions, I realized just how much Raz and the rest of the staff had prepared me to be a strength coach. It was more than just coaching athletes and putting together programs. It was actually the business aspect of it. Writing thank you notes, not being afraid to introduce yourself to coaches. It really helped me grow professionally and personally. And that's something I can never thank Raz enough for. And it was such a great opportunity, and I was so blessed that I was given the opportunity to be at Webber.
Hi guys, this is Augie Promersberger from St. Edward High School in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm a 2013-2014 member of the Webber Strength and Conditioning staff under Coach Rassel. I came down there very wet behind the ears. I was a part-time high school strength coach at the time. Just had gotten my CSCS, and I was still working through my master's program. And Coach Rassel brought us into an environment where we could really excel at being an upcoming strength coach, and really prepared us for what we were going to see outside that little bubble of Webber International University. We spent our time learning about every little idiosyncrasy and hammering away at our weakest links. First finding what those weak links are, then going to every little detail, our presence, how athletes move, how do we get through to these young men and women on a daily basis. Then I got into programming for our own teams, having our own teams, which is a huge asset when you're trying to sell yourself as an upcoming strength and conditioning coach. We had an environment where we had a roof over our head every night and food in our bellies every night, and that's a hell of a lot more than a lot of the internships we had been applying for in GA positions and whatnot. So I could definitely say without Coach Rassel being in our corner, and especially for me, I wouldn't be the strength coach that I am today if it wasn't for Coach Rassel's teachings, and definitely get into who I am as a person and what holds me back from being a top-end strength and conditioning coach. So now I've built, since my time at Webber, I've built 2 strength and conditioning programs at the high school level, one at Solon High School on the east side of Cleveland, and now here at the premier high school in Ohio, St. Edward High School in Cleveland, Ohio. And I'm now writing for Functional Movement Screen, and I'm being invited to speak at conferences, and I can guarantee I would not be here where I am today if it wasn't for the time I spent learning under Coach Rassel, and to this day, still calling him up and continuing my education, talking with him every day about every little thing that we can and how to make athletes better, how to make ourselves better as coaches every single day. So if you're coming to Webber, you've definitely picked the right spot, and good luck in your career as a strength and conditioning coach.
Working at Webber International University helped me grow personally and professionally. Professionally, it helped me develop a better understanding of program design and periodization. It also allowed me to train multiple teams, and it also allowed me to travel with a team, so I was able to develop a good understanding of the difficulties you face training a team on the road. Personally, it made me stronger. There was a lot of long hours and tough situations we had to go through, but it was a good learning experience. And most importantly, it provided me the opportunity to pursue my passion in human performance and becoming a great strength coach. Because of the opportunity at Webber, it opened more doors for me to attain higher positions. Because of that, I stand here now as a head strength and conditioning coach at D2 University. So I'm very thankful for Webber University and for Raz for the opportunity. Thank you.
Hi, my name is AJ Short, and I valued my experience at Webber for a couple different reasons. One, you're put in an environment with a multitude of different coaches, people who come from different backgrounds. Those other interns, you're staying with those guys, you're getting to know them. So you kind of can build relationships a little deeper than normal internships or other internships that I've been a part of. So when you get those different creative minds together, ideas tend to flow, and the different staff development things that we did really helped me grow personally. And now to see that grow into the Webber Strength Clinic is really, truly amazing. And then two, one thing that really helped me were the mock scenarios that we were put in. One scenario for me, I was leading the group and I was on the opposite side of the weight room and the music's blasting. I'm very soft-spoken, so that scenario kind of helped me get out of my shell a little bit and really find my coaching voice. And then lastly, you're getting an opportunity to control your own teams and what you can do with that. You're the boss. The hot seat really helps you determine like why behind everything, and I think that's important. That's a very important factor. And then the relationships you can build with those teams throughout the course of the year when you're training them, both on and off the field. Like I did things like traveling with the teams just to kind of get some buy-in, and I think the athletes and coaches both loved and respected I did that, and then so they then in turn bought more into my program. So I think Webber is a very unique place. There's really not much around, so it gives you more of an opportunity to focus on your craft, and so I think that helped me out a lot.
My name is Zack Wallace. I'm the head strength and conditioning coach at Florida Southern College. My time spent with Webber Strength and Conditioning was an incredible experience. Personally, I was able to grow in confidence in my ability to coach and my ability to program. Professionally, I excelled in the use of Excel and tracking data. I learned different training programs that I'm able to use and implement throughout different times of the year with different teams. I learned how to manage my time with all the different responsibilities that were required of me. I learned how to manage athletes within a given workout. I also learned how to delegate, how to manage workers or people who are working with me and underneath me. I learned the importance of networking, what it means to give a call back, what it means to respond in an email after meeting someone, the importance of growing your network and how that can help you later in your professional career. I also learned the importance of community and building relationships and cultivating positive work environments with your athletic trainers, sport coaches, and the administration, and how that contributes to overall progression and growth of the athletic department.
I'm Whittaker, head strength and conditioning coach at Marymount University here in Arlington, Virginia, and I just want to say a few things about what Raz's strength and conditioning mentorship has done for me personally and professionally. Professionally, I think the biggest thing for me coming into this new job now that I have is building relationships within the department, building relationships with all 17 coaches that I have to work with every day, my athletic training staff that I have to consistently bridge the gap between, and making sure that the athletes are taken care of and I'm on top of things with them. My athletic director, making sure that we constantly have a great relationship, because if I need something done, that's the person I need to go see, to talk to, and make sure things are running smoothly. Even all the way up to the president. I see the president every day, shake his hand, tell him, ask him how he's doing, and those things resonate with everybody when you're in the department, especially the big man like the president. Personally, I think there's been so many things. I think personally is making sure that you're always on top of your game, because the field changes so much, and making sure that you're always listening to the podcast, what's coming out on Elite FTS, reading research, making sure you're on top of the Facebook group, things like that. There's been so much that this mentorship has done for me, making sure that I'm ready for the first gig. When it comes to interviews, what to say, what not to say, what to wear, everything like that, especially when you go to a site visit. So, there's been so many things that this process has helped me do and become better at as a coach. And, if this process is something that you want to do, stick with it and do everything in your ability to get this position, because it's going to help you grow immensely. And it's going to be the best thing you ever do for your professional career. But good luck.
Hello, my name is Matt Crawley, and I currently serve as the head sports performance coach at Impact Sports in Buffalo, New York at the HarborCenter. Webber International's internship, specifically with the involvement of Stephen Rassel, has skyrocketed in my career in strength conditioning. The educational experience, along with unconventional wisdom and real-world hands experience, allowed me to see if this was the field for me. Upon leaving Webber, the internship solidified my goal to pursue strength conditioning and have a desire for continuing involvement. The slogan that Coach Raz has created, "Relentless growth," is real. I live it every day. For example, I spend about 30 minutes per day reading in some professional development, whether it's nutrition, business, or strength conditioning. I'm finishing my thesis in Master's in Applied Sports Nutrition. Right now, I'm also studying for my Precision Nutrition certification. Over the past year, I've been working on a project, and now I'm launching a supplement line for my company. I train teams from professional teams to high schools, and most recently trained a Division I hockey team with the buy-in that Coach Raz taught me working under his tutelage. I currently teach a strength conditioning class at private college with the idea to pay it forward to young professionals. And most importantly, out of this whole experience, Coach Raz told me how to balance my time from my personal life and spend time with my family and loved ones. Webber International's internship taught me the values of grit and hard work to not only follow your passion, but build off those principles taught to me and truly find your purpose. To sum it up, the experience is unparalleled with any internship I've ever done, and continue to recommend it to my assistants, students, and interns. Thank you to Coach Raz.
My experience as an intern at Webber has been very positive, and it's a very unique experience compared to any other internship that I've heard of or that I've been a part of myself. You get a very, very thorough mentorship environment, but you also get a chance from day one to work with your own team, which is, I think, where the growth as a strength coach really happens. And you can't just jump into a team setting like that anywhere else that I've heard of. With the experience of having your own team, you learn the very real environment that it is to be in the collegiate setting as a strength coach, and you also experience and get to deal with very real responsibilities of a team, with the athletes, with the coaching staff, with the athletic trainers, and aside from just the strength and conditioning aspect, you get a lot of opportunities to grow as a person with a staff and a boss that truly wants to see you succeed and grow from day one as a strength coach, but as a person in general. Yeah, you really become a family while you're at Webber. From the head strength coach all the way down to the last intern, we can learn from anybody, and there's opportunities to teach each other, learn from each other, share experiences, and it really helps in the mentorship process. We have daily meetings and daily interactions where we do share our past experiences and what we've learned throughout the process. And outside of just the X's and O's in strength and conditioning, you really get to take a look at yourself on a personal level at Webber, and you can be challenged not only with the strength side of things, but also as a person. And the more that you put into yourself and the opportunities you have at Webber, the more you're going to grow, not only as a coach, but as a person.
My name's Tanner Miracle, aka the Juice Man. I was an intern and then a coaching assistant at Webber from 2015 to 2016. Currently, I'm a minor league strength and conditioning coach for the New York Mets organization. My affiliate is the Low A Columbia Fireflies. You may know a guy named Tim Tebow. He plays for us right now. But a lot of my success I can attribute to my time at Webber. You know, Coach Raz is always preaching relentless growth. And to me, that meant never being comfortable, never being complacent. And he was always, preaching that you need to strive to get better, strive to, further your knowledge so you can, become better as a coach in the profession, but also help your players. And a lot of those ideas have stuck with me and really helped me kind of move up and kind of pursue my dream of what I've always wanted to do. So as far as growth professionally, there's nothing better that I could have done than to go through the program at Webber, and I'm very happy to do so. And a lot of those ideas I remain today. I try and stay hungry, grow relentlessly, never be complacent or comfortable, and I always strive to be better.
Hi, my name is Brett Worsham. I was at Webber International from July 2013 to July 2015. My first year there as a coaching assistant, my second year there as a full-time assistant under Coach Rassel. I guess a handful of the things that I learned the most at Webber real quickly was, first off, I'm going to probably say that this isn't an internship, it's a true mentorship, because he's going to devote a lot of time into you, what you need to work on the most. I guess he kind of does like an individual type of basis with a lot of people, even though there's always a weekly objective from when I was there. Next thing I'd probably say is that you're going to have to learn that you're going to put your pride to the side to really grasp onto everything that he's going to give you. This is it's definitely a humbling experience being there in the aspects of he's trying to put so much into you, and you have to try to absorb it to become really the coach that you want to be. Where the coach you are now and the coach you want to be are probably vastly far apart. And if it's not far apart, you're short-selling yourself, you're short-selling the athletes, and I suggest you go back and look. Personal belief. But I also believe that you can also take a lot of stuff that Coach Rassel does from his many years on the floor now and implement of how he deals with his athletes and how he deals with sport coaches and how he deals with athletic trainers, which is something that most of you probably haven't experienced either. That's probably one of the most difficult part of the job outside talking to your athletes. I think the toughest part about being in the field is the X's and O's are easy. Everyone knows how to program. And if you don't, you're going to learn. I mean, that's one of my weak areas too. As long as you're not reckless, you're fine. But the biggest part, you learning getting your feet wet at Webber, is you're going to know how to deal with sport coaches, talk to your athletes, and talk to athletic trainers to get whatever the objective is done. I think that's probably some of the biggest things that you'll learn at Webber. Also, something for you all to take note on is that I strongly suggest this when I became an assistant, because I did a horrible job as an intern. I actually still do a horrible job with, is be able to separate yourself from the job. I think what a lot of young coaches do is that they tie themselves to being so career-bound and so driven to do what they love to do, and it actually takes away from other parts of their life. I'm definitely one of those people still today. I'll stay in front of a computer and program and talk to athletes all day, which is good. That's what you're supposed to do in a lot of ways. But yet you also make sure you have to take time for yourself. And Coach Rassel preaches that religiously that, you'll see that through him as a man when he goes home at the night, he actually spends time with his family. That's something that, we definitely as young coaches, we understand that there's a point of that you have to quote unquote grind, but you also have to learn that you have to separate yourself from the field and really take some time for yourself so you can recharge, reboost, because if you're just keep on thinking about the same thing over and over again, you're going to keep spinning your wheels and you're never going to move. Some of the best ideas I've finally came up with, outside of for training was talking to somebody else just about nonsense. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to guys who I did the internship with actually at Webber, and we're talking about life, and next thing you know, we're talking about training, and all of a sudden my next block finally clicks what I'm missing, because what he sees in the training. So as a future note for you also, for when you go through Webber, because the hours there are going to be like anywhere else you go. They're going to be long, and they're not going to be hard, because nothing's hard if you love what you do. But they're going to be long hours, and they're going to be kind of draining at times, and you're going to be so emotionally invested that you're going to forget about yourself. So really make sure you're taking time for yourself in every aspect of life that you need to become the best person and the best coach you can. And Coach Rassel will always be preaching that to you also. Also, if you have any questions for me, don't be afraid to reach out. I'm easy to find on social media. And if you ever want my number, you want to talk on the phone, I'm always available.
The experience I got working at Webber under Coach Raz has been invaluable to me both personally and when looking at my career progression. I look back at old programs I used to write before arriving at Webber, even the first few programs I had while I was started at Webber, and I'm embarrassed looking at them just because of the sheer progression and knowledge you'll get in the 9 months of the year. Your programs at the end are going to be significantly better than when you started. Looking beyond programming as a strength and conditioning coach, I remember the way I used to coach before and interact with athletes before I got to Webber, when I first started Webber. And at the end, I was just a significantly better coach, and I still use things today in my current position that I learned at Webber. So with the help of Raz, I've been progressing every day. It's hard to say where I would be without going through the mentorship program designed by Raz. I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't be in the position I'm at today, or I would even be the same coach I am today. So I owe a lot to Raz and the Webber internship program.
Hi, my name is Brandon Lewis. I'm part of the internship class of 2016. And I just want to say that it's such an honor to be a part of something so powerful and something I learned and grew so much from. My experience at Webber was that I pretty much became not only a better coach, not only a better clinician in what I do, but deeply I became a better person. And that's the biggest foundation of the program to me. So everyone will have what works for them, what doesn't. For me, I became a much better person in addition to becoming a better coach and a better clinician. And I learned so much during my time there. And I just want to say that all the individuals that were a part of the program, Coach Raz, all the interns that were with me, the current ones that are still there, I think Coach LB is there. And I watched her grow. She was part of my class. And to see what she's doing now is awesome. But to see what the other classmates are doing is great to see them and watch everyone just grow from it. So I just want to say thank you to Coach Raz, thank you to this program, and just say I hope that individuals like yourselves who are currently there continue to grow and just be patient. It's going to happen.
Hi, my name's Ryan Basic. I just want to give you a quick little testimonial about Webber International and Coach Steven Razzle. This man has relentless growth potential, and he never stops, and he works hard for every single person that's part of his staff. For me, I was fortunate enough to be one of the first few interns to go through Webber, and it's been a life-changing experience for myself. I have continued to push and push and push, and it was taught from Coach Raz from day one about never settling and never giving up. For myself now, I'm actually outside of the strength conditioning realm, but the staple that Coach taught us was tremendous for me. I now own my own business. I've actually started a second business, and I'm in the field of neurological rehab. Work with spinal cord injuries, traumatic brain injuries, and I think the biggest thing that I took home was my creative growth at Webber. I remember day one, Coach looked at me and said, if you were to take this dumbbell, could you put me through an hour workout using your brain and what this athlete or what myself would need? And that resonated with me and that stuck with me. And I, to this day, use that motto because when you're dealing with a spinal cord injury or brain injury, you need to be on the fly and you need to know how to respond to certain stimuluses. I think that anybody that's about to graduate, if they don't know their direction or they want to be a strength conditioning coach, they need Coach Raz and his team at Webber International. I was also fortunate enough to intern at Baylor University and Missouri University, and I can tell you right now that at Webber, I was challenged many more aspects than at the Division I level. At Webber, they give you the respect, they give you the dignity, and they give you what you need to grow and to use in your professional career. So I would like to say thank you to Coach Raz because to this day, I look at him as my #1 mentor in my life. I am super excited about where my career has taken me, and I think there's many more young adults that are graduating that need that guidance in that direction. So for me, Coach Raz, thank you. I miss coming out there. Every year I tell him I want to get out to Webber just to get out there and get that feel again, what it's like to be with those athletes. One day I'm going to make that happen. Thanks, Coach Raz. Appreciate it.
Webber was everything I needed and more. I was fortunate enough to be a college athlete. I had a fairly extensive network of strength coaches through my high school strength coach, my college strength coach, just working with them and being an athlete under them. But I had so many holes that I was just completely unaware of, and those that I was aware of that I needed to fill, but I was not sure how. I was fortunate enough to score this intern assistant position at Webber with 8 other guys and gals, and I came to Webber and just became fully immersed into everything that Webber was. True blessing. Through the 10-month curriculum put together by Raz and his staff that is truly very comprehensive, the actual development and implementation for your athletic teams, assisting other coaches in their training, so you're immersed in other people's training philosophies and how they do things, all of that together and more. My expectations coming in were truly exceeded. Who I became, I look back on it now and again, thankful and blessed. But if you are a young strength coach looking for the next step, you're not sure if a GA or a full-time position are the answer, applying for this position is right for you. This will fill in holes, this will allow you to grow, and this will put you into something that is truly great and allow for an end product that you will be happy with. Thanks.
All right. Hey guys, this is Anthony Desposito, current intern strength coach for football at the University of Miami. Coach Raz asked me to share my experience that I had at Webber International now 4 years ago since I first started there. I'll touch on what happened to me there personally and professionally. So I got no problem sharing it. Coach Raz is a great friend of mine, and that kind of hones in on the first point I was going to bring up, which is the relationships that you build. I got to build some really good relationships there, and the coaches that I worked for there are now good friends of mine. So, going through what we did at Webber, you get to share a lot of different types of experiences, and relationship building is definitely one of them. And I think that's the most important thing for me. Is basically the people that you meet. So, other than that, hard work taught me how to work hard. There was a lot of things that needed to get done there in order to have success. So we did our best, and we worked hard at it because you see at that level and moving up in the rankings every year after that. But you get to see at that level, you get to see the passion that where it all starts from, and you can't really forget that. So keeping that passion, not even from the coaching standpoint, it's the players as well. You get to see them work, their passion for competing and winning. So, but basically the relationships, I've built there, the humbling experience where you get to work hard, you learn to work hard, and experimentation. We got time to lift, so let's lift. We had a group of 5 of us, I think, lifting that one time for our staff lifts. and we got to try all 5 different coaches' training ideas, that they had that month or that block or however we did it. So I got to see my body change tremendously. I gained weight training West Side, put on 30 pounds of pure strength, hopefully, and it's long gone now, but I got to train West Side, do an APRE, training 531, training all these different methods that we learned, basically just sharing information and, through the mentorship there, that you get to really see different philosophies and methods. So as far as professionally goes, that's definitely one of the, the key things that I got, being there a year. I got to see different types of methods, different type of philosophies, even Coach Raz's or Coach Crawley's or Coach Hoffman's or any person I was with and assisting, I got to see what they did and got to see, firsthand on the floor. And I think that's one of the most important things is you got to get the experience of coaching on the floor and on the fly and having to make adjustments, having to go through the fire, You gotta be able to get burned, going through the fire. So that's the biggest experience that you can get, in coaching, I think, in general. Just being on the floor and being in control of teams. I had 3 teams there, and that was another thing that I was able to take and put on my resume to get me to the next step, which is where I got to. Webber offered me the next step. Basically, I was there for a internship, got more experience on my resume, made myself more attractable to get a graduate assistantship. And I was fortunate to do that after Coach Raz let me stay at Webber, commute to Tampa 3 times a week to go work with the Yankees, just to put something on my resume, just to make myself that much more attractable. And I got a call, through some, with the help of a lot of people, with the help of everybody. I got the call to go to Staten Island and go work at Wagner, thanks to Coach Trace and everybody else that was involved. So they were looking for somebody that needed to do baseball, and I did baseball at Webber, and I got the chance, thanks to Raz, to go work with the New York Yankees down in Tampa, and here I am now. So just a lot of things that's happened to me there. Coach Raz is a great guy. You're going to learn a lot of things from him, and do your best there, and take it for what it is. Get the best experience and learn as much as you can.
How you doing? My name is Trey Mitchell. I'm an assistant sport performance coach at Kent State University. My time at Webber International University was a great experience. I earned the nickname the Milkman while there. As a professional growth, every day is something new brought to the table, something new you can add into your program or to your philosophy. It helped me because I was able to build on my weaknesses as well, build on my strengths. As a professional growth, it prepared me for the job that I have today. And lastly, family. I can reach out to the coach from year 1 to now and talk shop and just, they can mentor me and just tell me things that, I have questions with. So that's my time at Webber International. It was a great experience.
Coach John Shimmons here, Webber class of 2014. My internship experience at Webber was an amazing time, and I think it comes down to one thing: family. And I know a lot of people say family, they preach on it, they harp on it, but at Webber, your time as an intern is truly a family experience. I lived with 5 other interns, all lived in the same spot, all woke up together, we ate together, we trained together, we coached together. That family experience, all that time spent with one another, was amazing because 1, we could bounce ideas. 2, we got to know each other and grow together as professionals, and finally become better coaches and people because we spend time with each other. And I think that was an amazing experience to have, something that I've never experienced before. Secondly, I think with the family thing, Coach Raz does an amazing job of preparing us to be coaches. Yes, he talks about the X's and O's, technique, programming, things along those lines. But I think more importantly, he challenged us to explore why we're coaches. tells us to explore how to do things, explores us how to make connections with our athletes and with the other staff. And I think that is critical and more important than any kind of program that you put together. So he does an amazing job to help us to grow there. And finally, he challenges us, obviously professionally, but also socially and spiritually, of all the different things that we're going through as coaches. And then more importantly than even being better coaches, being better people. And so with that, I can't thank Webber enough for the time that I spent with them. It was short, only 2.5 months. His recommendation helped me get the current coaching position I'm at now. But those 2.5 months, I learned so much in those 2.5 months. It's truly an amazing experience, helped me become a better professional and more importantly, a better person. So thank you, Coach Raz. Always going to be a Webber warrior at heart. Peace.
You gotta say your line. What do I say? This is madness. This is madness. Are you ready? Madness? No!